Dovetail bats, but you're going to have to look at these closely to make sure we're getting everything you need and they're coming across correctly. So let's just start with that. So basically, I'm just going to log in the system. The way I got it set up, Teresa, is every night around midnight it's going to pull the previous day's orders in. So they'll be there in the morning when you get to work.
Can we have it do it at like 5 a.m.?
Yeah, I can make it anytime.
All right. Just because West Coast very often orders between like 12 and 3 East Coast time.
Okay. So 5 a.m. All right. So anyways, I'm pulling pending orders. Okay, so I have to trigger on something, and we can go over that. But what it did was it pulled down this order 5175, and there are 60 line items on the order. Okay.
Okay. Can you hold on just a second?
Yeah.
I want to figure out what screen you're on. Now, see, it does this loading thing. If you just click the mouse, it stops usually. So what I'm wondering is, did you get that from right here?
That's about
that list?
Yeah.
So, because I'm having a hard time just the bat list and the item master list.
The bat list is those are the bats, okay? Those are the bats.
Is this the bat list?
The bat list only contains bats, okay? The item master list is your models, and it provides links into the inventory. Okay, so this bat list contains anything you're working on or finished good products, anything you've finished, okay, any bats. So when the order comes in from WooCommerce, it's going to get entered into your bat list, and it's also going to get entered into your order list. So if you go to shipping orders, you'll see that the order's here as well. Okay?
So how did you get to that order right there?
I went to orders, shipping orders.
Okay.
All right.
Now, why didn't you go to print it? Why did you go over to the master list?
I didn't go to the master list. I went to the bat list. This is your item master list.
Right.
Okay. This shows the models, descriptions of the models, and it also provides links into stock. Yep. So it shows you what warehouses and where the inventory lives, and the serial numbers. Okay. So this is all finished goods. That's why they're in the finished good location, and that's where they're marked with an FG. When an order comes in, the bat hasn't been created yet, so it goes into a WIP location, work in progress. All right, so if you go back to the bat list, let me do this first. If you go back to the bat list, these are all finished goods. Okay, you'll see right here, they say finished goods. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to only see what you have on order or what you're working on, if you go into filters and just change this filter to status is equal to WIP, that whole list is going to be filtered. So I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to do a report view. So, well, that didn't work. Wait a second. Filters, status, oh, it's not equal to, save. Okay, now it'll work. So if I do that now, it shows everything that's currently being worked on. Or, you know, basically anything that's tied to an outstanding order or anything you've created that hasn't been added to inventory. All right?
Okay.
So if you go here, it's going to show you the attributes. Okay, now the one thing that you need to do before you bring it into inventory is you need to assign a style to it. Because we don't have that in WooCommerce. I don't know whether to make it an amateur bat or a professional bat.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm assuming these are all pros.
No, not necessarily.
Well,
Oh.
let's see. If I go back to the order header,
I think those are all.
these were all created through.
Is this the Mets order?
Yeah.
I'd have to see the original order to be sure.
Well, you need to, again, you're going to get, how do you get your orders today through WooCommerce? They email them to you?
No, I just would go in behind the scenes and I'd print that out.
Okay. Well, I would recommend you still do that just to make sure that what we're pulling down is correct.
Right.
So if I go in here,
If you go under Dovetail Bats, just to the right of that. Yep, right there. Dashboard. Then go down to where it says WooCommerce in the middle of the page. Yep. Over on the right, if you plug in the 51.
there, it's right there. Okay.
What number was it?
5175.
Yep. So that is a
And then
pro
what-
order.
Okay. So if I go back into the bat list, let's say we're working on the first bat.
So yeah, no, those names.
I don't know why the customer wasn't created here. I got to take a look at that. That should have worked. Oh, I think I know why. I imported it twice.
So the customer should be on this sheet somewhere so we'd know where it
Yeah,
was.
he was the original. He originally was. If I look at my customers, he's in here somewhere, I'm sure. These were all created from WooCommerce interfaces.
You just went by him.
I just did.
I think he was near the top. Under the order number.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it appending the order number to him.
I saw him.
5175, Mike Stelneck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to put a check in the interface to make sure that if the customer already exists, that he assigns it. That's what's happening.
Okay.
So here you can print your tags. Okay, you can print the entire order tag out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can
Nice.
print an individual one out just by clicking the bat tag.
Yep.
Okay. So if you were to work on this, you work everything, you can do everything right from this screen, basically. You can print the tag, you can serialize a bat. That's a question I have for you. Do you want me to serialize these bats when I create them through the interface? Or do you want to do it yourself? Well, I can't because I don't know what style it is.
Yeah, only if I get the option. If I can't go either way, then I would rather add the number ourselves.
Yeah, you're gonna have. Well, no, you can. If I tag it as a professional and save it, and then I serialize it, it's going to create the correct serial number.
Okay.
If there are 3 serial numbers that you get here, okay, you get a P for professional, an A for amateur, or if you don't choose a style at all, like a fungo, it'll put a D on it.
Yep.
All right. So if I serialize this, I'm going to serialize the bat. So now it has a serial number for it. All right. But it hasn't been added to inventory until you click this. So when you click this, that bat is actually brought into inventory. All right. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, so right now it's just a work in progress. So you can print this tag off if you wanted to and stick it on the billet.
Right.
Now, as I serialize these, I also tie them back to the order that was created. Now, these only work
Perfect.
on WooCommerce orders, okay? Because, you know, when I create the order line, I store that information in with the bat tag, so I know what order line to tag it to. So if I go into orders, I'm going to have Zach look at this. It shouldn't take so long, but he's busy on something else right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, there are 60 lines on this order. Each bat comes in as an individual line. And that's the one I just chose. Okay, so it shows you the serial number here. Now, the reason for that is when we issue this out, it'll know which bat to pull. It'll automatically relieve inventory for you based on the serial number. All right? Okay, so let's create a manual tag. If I go into the bat list, all you got to do is create a new bat. All right, and you choose the model, you choose the style, and you choose the warehouse you want to create it in. Then you choose the other attributes. Now, I noticed one thing. This has been changing on me, all right? So you've been changing it in the website. Okay,
Yes.
So does this change all the time?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to take this. It's not going to be a drop-down anymore. I'm going to change it so it's a text field. So it's going to pull in whatever you put up there. Because these are all based upon...
Because it's going to pull, what he's saying is he's going to put it as a text field. So
Yeah.
whatever
the order has,
it'll pull.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so I'm changing that, but all the others will stay. I mean, they're pretty static and standard, so I'll just keep them as drop-down lists. But this I'll change.
How about the serial number? Is it possible for us to add?
I don't know. I mean, we never coded for that because, you know, you never asked for it in the beginning, so.
Yeah, we kind of were open to it. I didn't know how that was going to work. So once we get going, it'll be okay. But right now, until it's up and running, she's assigning serial numbers as she engraves bats. Like this order is in production right now. It's going to be ready tomorrow to engrave.
Okay. Well, when you're ready to start using the interface, then, well let me try it anyways. No, it's not. It's not enabled.
Yeah,
the problem is I'm going to have to put code behind the scenes in order for you to do that, so it doesn't duplicate serial numbers.
Right. Let's hold off. Once we're actually using it, then I think we'll be all set, but it's this interim that...
Well, at some point you got to pull the trigger. You got to start using it. You're right. So, so I'm going to change expedite to be a text field.
Okay.
Because that changes on me.
Yep.
For some reason, I noticed that this order came into Chandler, and they should all go to Shirley, right?
They should all go to Shirley.
Yeah, change with. So I'll make sure that that's fixed. I mean, I'm sure there are going to be other tweaks, but I won't know what they are until you start using it.
Yep, that's fine.
So if I save this guy now, Shirley Mills, there's nothing empty there. Oh, the bat. No, that's there. Let's try that again. I think it timed out.
So right now, all of our bats are in work in progress.
No, except the ones you
No.
brought into inventory.
Yes.
They've all been
ones that
inventoried.
The ones that we imported from Bill,
Yeah, they're all finished goods.
like the ones we sent, are all finished goods.
Yep.
Yesterday when I looked at it, it looked to me like they all were in work in progress.
Nope.
I may be wrong. That was a note I made. I thought they should be in finished goods, but they weren't.
No, they're all, if you look at the bat list again.
Yep, that's where I was yesterday.
They're going to show in the bat list unless you filter them out. Okay, this, again, if I change this guy to finished goods and save it, you tell me, do you want to see them in the bat list? Because I can take them out of the bat list. But they're there, and they're all in inventory. So if I wanted to look this bat up and find out where it was, I could go to
Right
locate
here
move.
it says
I can go to locate and move. There it is. It's in Chandler. Your work in progress bats aren't going to show up in inventory. They're only going to appear in the bat list. So you tell me, do you want me to filter? You want me to filter out the finished good bats from the bat list? I can do that.
the work in progress are the ones that are connected to orders that we haven't shipped yet, right?
Anything that you haven't put into inventory, once it goes into inventory, it goes to finished goods.
And then it gets assigned to either Chandler or Shirley?
Well, you choose that even beforehand. I mean, basically, when you add it to inventory, shipping, whatever. I think I put right here, you choose it on the warehouse. It's a required field. So when you create a bat, you got to specify what warehouse it's going to be in.
Okay.
Okay. So when I add this bat, if I were to add this bat to inventory, it would automatically go to the Chandler warehouse. But it's already in inventory,
right.
So you'll notice you don't even get you don't get the option to add it once it's been added.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The way to think about it is this master list is your models, basically, and these are the links to inventory. So when you're here, you're looking at everything that you have for a particular model. If you click on the link, it's going to show you where it is.
Right.
These are all inventoried goods, okay? Orders are going to be, right now, orders are, what?
Can you go back one page to that item master list again? So in here, are they in just a random order, the item ID?
They're sorted by item ID. I mean, you can sort by clicking on the column header.
So in what order do they, see how they're listed? They're not listed by by part number, by alphabetical. So that was throwing me here. That's why I thought maybe these were ordered or something.
Well, they are listed alphabetically. I mean, numbers come before letters.
So then they're alphabetical down here?
Yeah, you can sort them any which way you want just by clicking on this. But yeah, if you click on the item ID header, it sorts that whole column in ascending order.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so you could sort by category if you wanted to. But these links take you into the inventory.
Yep. Can you go to the summary part of this sheet? The summary, the summary back one step. Okay, so here, is it possible to add the length to this sheet? Because that,
No.
That gives us all of these. So then when we click into here,
Into here, you mean?
Yeah. So here, is it possible to give us the length here? Because drop 3 doesn't tell us anything about that bat. So we have to click into every one of these to see if we're interested in them.
I need to know what you want on these sheets. These are, you know, yeah, we can do that, but it'd be a future enhancement, but we can certainly do it.
Because
I mean, you have all of that information on the bat list. I could make this link back to the bat list as well, if you wanted to.
I guess then what I need to know is what's the purpose of that sheet?
That sheet shows you where they are in the warehouse.
Right. So if I go into this right here and I see that I have all these 911s, that information that I'm looking at right now, I can't tell from that if I'm interested in any one of those or not. They all say drop 3, which means nothing to me. I need to know if they're maple, and I need to know if they're a 31 or a 33-inch bat, not if they're a drop 3. So in order to find that, I got to click in every single one of them till I find a 33-inch maple bat.
Well, or you go to the bat list.
But the bat list doesn't tell me how many 911s I have in stock, does it?
Yeah, it has the model right here. So if you went 911 and you said, oh, okay, I'm in finished goods. I want an ash bat.
I see that here, but I guess I don't know the reason for the item master list, though. That one gives me a list of all my models. It tells me exactly how many 911s I have, but it doesn't tell me what. I guess I don't understand. I'm trying to understand the difference between those two reports and why I would have a bat list then, why I would even use it if I've got to go through these steps.
The bat list contains your work in progress, your WIP, okay?
Okay.
Basically, I'm pulling from WooCommerce, I'm creating orders, and I'm creating items that you need to make, okay? They don't have serial numbers because you haven't decided whether or not they're professional or amateur yet. Once you do that, you put them into inventory. If you need to see that information in the locate move screen, I can put it there. I just need to know what you need to see here because I can link it back based upon the serial number. Once it's been assigned a serial number, there's a relationship between the bat list and inventory. So I can show you those attributes.
Okay.
I just need to know what they are. I need you to write them down. I need a wish list.
Right.
You know, honestly, Teresa, I haven't received a lot of feedback on this, and I understand. You know, it's kind of been a work in progress, and we've been waiting.
The reason you haven't received any feedback is we're at August 15th right now.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we told you guys, and we were very clear on this. We have been in the middle of a frenzied storm here in Batland. I mean, I'm just giving you some feedback here. We appreciate everything you've done. I haven't had a chance to look at it one time. I mean, I've been on the road 4 out of the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, I understand completely, but I can't really move forward without feedback because I'm not going to make assumptions because I don't know your business. I really need you to direct me.
I think with Teresa and I will be able to go through this, and I mean that's we'll be able to go through it, take a look at it, make a list of things, and give you, instead of onesies and twosies, we'll be able to give you a full completed list of what we need.
That's perfect.
What I need to understand, Ben, that I still don't have a grasp on is, can I get into these now, or can we both work this together?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, you can do it. You tell me whether or not you want me to turn on the Dovetail interface. Once I do that, orders are going to start coming in.
No, not yet. Wait a second. I'm saying right now, I got the mouse, but it's not.
Can you give her control?
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, she wants to show you what she's looking at.
Whoops. Sorry. Okay. So what I'm trying to understand, just the basic simple thing that I've seen here is these two lists. I love this because it shows me everything I have in stock.
Right.
I love this form. So I assumed this was like my overall view of bats in inventory.
That's it, yes.
Okay, so does it have, and it said somewhere here, didn't it say finished good or whip? Is that up here? No.
No. That's on the bat list, and that drop down doesn't work anyway, so.
Okay. So this is all bats, whether they're in stock or orders. Is that true?
That shows everything. Basically, it shows what you have in stock, what you don't have in stock, what's committed to orders.
Okay. So like that 60 bat order would be in here also, right?
No, it wouldn't be because nothing's been committed to it yet, and you wouldn't see it here. This is the dashboard of your product catalog, basically. Think about it that way. Okay, these are the bats you make. If they're in inventory, you'll get a blue link that says in stock, and you can see the bats in inventory.
Okay.
But orders are not there. Orders are under orders.
Perfect. Okay, that's what I thought. So this is basically a view of my Chandler and Shirley inventory, my warehouse.
Correct.
Finished. So if I'm interested in a 356, I'm going to click. I say, great, I got 12 of them. I click on here. What I need to see here is how many of those 12 are maple, ash, or birch, and what lengths. This right here, negative
okay.
3, doesn't help me at all with this.
That's fine, but this is just a stock screen. You guys are really custom.
Okay, yeah.
And what I'm saying is I can get that information to you for you based upon the serial number because it links back to the bat list. But all I'm requesting, Teresa, is I wanted an email asking, what it is you want.
Okay.
Okay.
I did that yesterday, but first time I've ever done it, Ben, because I wasn't really sure that I understood what I was looking at. So
I mean, I can change it. I can show you all those attributes if you want them all on the screen. I just need it in writing.
Okay. And this tells us how it got there.
Right.
Okay.
That's the order number. Okay. So if you create bats, you can link bats together with an order number. Okay. Because that's what I did when I imported the Chandler inventory. Each import had a unique order number, and I used text for it. Yep. I just specified whether it was the first import, initial inventory, second import, or whatever. So right. That's how when I went to print those bat tags, I printed them by order number because it linked them all together. Right. Perfect. Okay. I wanted to be sure I understood this. Yeah. So it seemed like, this is all information that's available on the tag. I just have to tell you how much of that information I want showing on this. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Let me think if okay. So then if we go into the bat list, this is where I get work in progress or finished goods. Yeah, but that's not working right now. So don't even play with that. What you want to do, if you go into filters, if you change this to work in progress, and save it, all you're going to see is work in progress. Which is my orders that we've brought in. Those are anything you're working on, whether you created a bat tag manually or brought one in through WooCommerce. They'll be here. They'll be there until I add them to inventory, and then they get moved to finished goods. So like this one, if I go in here and I say add bat to inventory, let me grab that serial number before I do it. Yep. Okay, and now put it in finished goods. So if I go into inventory, better not make a liar out of me. Locate, move, go by serial number. Yeah. It's now in inventory. Okay, hold on. Then we would also see that on the item master list. Item master list. So if I go in here and I filter by that model number, yeah, Okay? See
Yep.
it over here.
Yep.
There it is, right there, the one we just added. Also, you see that 24 are on orders. Okay? So if you
Yep.
click this link, it shows you the order number that they're on.
Yep.
And the lines are all the lines in the order. And again, when you create or serialize a bat that came in through WooCommerce, I stick the serial number in there because at some point you're going to ship this order out and it needs to know where to pull inventory from. And it pulls
Right.
it based upon the serial number.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, I had a thought when you were at that last stage. It's gone though. So, the whole barcode thing and the scanning part. We're gonna, this 60 bat order, we're gonna print tags for him. When he cuts them in manufacturing and scans them saying they're going on to finish, where does all that get recorded in here?
You got to add the bat to inventory. There isn't a scan process in place right now for that.
Okay.
So you just choose the bat tag you're working on and just add it to inventory. I mean, it's a simple click on the screen. You know, you would go in here and you just add the bat to inventory when he's done making it.
So,
here's
so we can't scan it into inventory?
Not right now. That's going to be done in mobile and it hasn't been done yet.
Okay.
let's
That's going to be done in mobile.
Yeah,
That
I'm
means-
pretty sure. I mean, it's going to be done along with Billy's changes for, you know, when he's out at the shows selling bats.
Right. Same kind of process.
I mean, I'll talk to Ben about it. It wouldn't be hard to put a screen in here where you scan a serial number and it automatically goes to finished goods. I could add another screen for that.
We from the beginning, we had thought that it would be, we'd produce the tags in the office, they go out to manufacturing. When he actually cuts the bat, he would scan them, which would send them to the finished department, who would scan them when they're ready to ship. And that would complete the order. So that we'd be able to track the bat through manufacturing. So that would be part of the mobile. And then when they ship, they would either complete the order or they would scan into inventory, which is either Shirley or Chandler.
But right
then,
now to ship, you would want to make sure that all your bats were committed to the order, and then you would come here and do a issue.
gotcha.
Yep.
Because you got 60 lines here. You're not going to ship a line at a time. You're going to ship the order all at once.
Right. And we do the same. We could do the same thing with inventory items when we ship them all from Shirley to Chandler.
You could create a shipping order. You could just put it in transit. When you put an order in transit, it just transfers stock from one warehouse to another.
That's easy. Where do you do that?
You do it in the locate move screen. So if I wanted to, let's see, take items out of Shirley. I don't think we have anything in Shirley, right? Well, let me reverse it.
Did you add
So
one this?
Say I wanted to ship from Chandler to Shirley.
Yep.
I would go here and I would place units in transit. Then I would just mark them.
Okay.
That doesn't look right. Yeah, ship units. Okay, so I'm going to ship them to the Shirley mill. I clicked the wrong button. Basically, I would mark them, and I would ship the units.
Mhm.
Okay, it puts it into transit. All right, and then when it shows up at your receiving dock, you basically go back into the same screen, but you receive units in transit, and you just choose Shirley, and it shows the 3 that came.
Okay.
Then you just mark them, and you choose where you want to receive them into, and then you
Yes.
receive the units.
All this information, all these screens that you've been going in, that column that says net -3 needs to have the wood type and the length of the bat.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. So that's easy. So we'll at some point be able to have the mobile app. So that's why we bought the UPC barcode scanners, so that he can just scan those in.
You can do transits in the mobile app today. The mobile app accepts putting stock in transit between warehouses.
Okay.
But it's not going to show you, without customization, those attributes of the bats.
That's okay.
I mean, you know,
I know you can
but
do that, right?
So if I look at inventory now, Shirley Mills, these are the 3 right here I just brought over, right? Because you didn't have any inventory before.
Correct.
So it's now in your warehouse.
Okay. Want to put them back in Chandler?
This is the test system.
Oh, this is the test? Oh, good.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want in here.
Oh.
Ben, you had no idea how concerned she was with those bats not being in Chandler.
I was having an anxiety attack here. I thought we just
No.
screwed all our inventory. Oh, I see
No.
up there.
That shows you right there. No. So
Oh.
Oh,
I haven't done anything with your live system. I haven't turned on the WooCommerce interface yet. I haven't done anything. It's the way it's always been.
Oh, I didn't know you had WooCommerce going into the test system. Okay. So when you said that WooCommerce was in here, I thought for sure we were in the live system.
I'm not gonna. You need to tell me that it's working correctly. I have, you know, I think it is, but you guys would know better than I would, because
Yeah,
you're used to this.
When you said that, I was like having a panic attack here, because I thought, okay, how am I going to do that? I thought you had done that into the live system.
I think we'll know in the next 3-4 days.
Yep. Okay.
Tomorrow morning.
I mean, you can go in here and do whatever you want, and you're not going to break anything. So, you know, I would encourage you, if you want to get familiar with the application, go in here and play with it. All right?
Yeah, we'll do. I'm here for a week. Teresa and I will mess around with it. We'll try to break it. We'll try to stretch it. We'll try to chew on it. And good stuff.
Yeah, do me a favor. If you find things that you need that you don't have, just gather a list together and give it to me in one list.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you got it.
Okay,
That's all.
thank you.
Man. I don't like onesie twosies.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Thanks.
You got it.
All right, so you're going to send me a link to this so I can go back and take notes and.
To the video? Yeah.
Yep, that showed me
Yep.
a lot of things I got to go back and digest again.
That's what we're gonna do for dessert tonight, Ben.
Okay, great.
What kind of reports does this give us? I see up there reports.
Mostly inventory reports. If you want customized reports, we can do that. They're easy to do. But basically, it gives you things like inventory count, audit trail. You know, it shows everything. Whenever you bring anything in or out of inventory, we record a transaction. There's reports around orders. There's reports around orders and inventory primarily. Those are the ones that are generally used.
So we can probably
Negative
find
adjustment.
how many of each bat we sold or made or.
Yeah. Yeah, inventory count reports, there's sales reports, there's all sorts of reports in there. But again, you know, you guys are really specific. You're unique with respect to these bats and the attributes you record on them. So they're probably, you know, just like you suggested on the locate move screen, you're probably going to want, I want to see the barrel color and the weight and all of that on this.
Okay.
This report. So in that case, we need to do it. But, you know, the beauty of serializing those bats and making them unique is I can always go back to that table and pull all that information out.
Okay.
So, you know, there are no duplicate serial numbers in the system. So, you know, on that locate move screen, I'll be able to go back to the table and say, okay, well, this serial number matches this one, so show me the attributes of the bat. So I can show it. But without having that unique identifier, you know, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
So,
Okay. Sounds
okay?
good. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Yep. Bye.